Welcome to entertainment on a Wednesday. And as you know, obviously on Wednesdays, we do crush on women, you know, beautiful women who've really taken the stage, taken the limelight, and have actually done many amazing things for themselves. Now, today we are joined by Pauline Gundidza right here on Morning Wash. Pauline, good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. You know, just looking at you, you're exuding confidence and, you know, you're this woman in this space and I love it. I love it. So, Pauline, tell me, what happened to Mafriq? You were in Mafriq.
Mafriq. You know, I hate answering this question because we were three minds, and my opinion is only just going to represent me right now. People keep asking us what happened. From my perspective, just as me, I think it was the lack of infrastructure in the music industry.
Right.
We were very young, we were very different as people, and you know, here we were in a group taking over the music industry and not knowing anything at all about music as a business, about the challenges that were going to come along. And we didn't have that support system. And I remember just doing a lot of shows where people are telling us they're exposing us. It's for exposure, but taivaro. The truth of the matter is taivaro. But we didn't even know. All we wanted to do was perform. We just wanted to be out there. I think it was that lack of management and that psychosocial support for young people getting into a very complicated industry and not really knowing the ropes.
Yeah.
And there not being enough in place to assist such artists. And I think if we had come out at a time like now, where you're finding even artists as young as a Spider-Man, you know, Naras Pompi, you know, they are very young, but they came in with all the support from older artists and promoters, and there's an industry to speak of. I think we would have fared a lot better in this era where there's things in place. As pertained back then. And I think that's really what caused us to
have a shift.
Then wander off. And
So do you think that you could have maybe couldn't you work together as the team? Because of everything that was happening. Everybody had their own kind of character in that. Why didn't you stick together?
I think, like I'm saying, there needed to be that glue.
And it wasn't there.
Yeah, like you know, if anybody knows us, we used to have little Mafriq meetings about everything, you know. We were very peculiar people, and we needed somebody to rope us together.
Right.
And we were kind of same age group and whatnot. So
right.
Over money,
over everything.
Oh, you stole the spotlight. Oh, you did this.
Little petty issues, eh?
Yeah, and then also we got together just coming out of school. I was just straight out of high school. So was Lovedale and another member who was now in uni. But we still needed to find ourselves. And I think that's also accounted for a number of years where I went to music school. The school now has a studio. I've got a studio. Tunga's got a shop. We had to first become the greatest of ourselves.
Yeah.
And we've been working on some new stuff.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, before we get there, though.
And you'll hear the difference.
Yeah, we'll hear the difference. But that's what I'm just saying, that when you left Mafriq, you never stopped. You know, you never stopped singing and, you know, just doing your thing. When did you realize that this is who you were meant to be? Because you never changed courses.
I just feel like when you are born with a calling on your life, you can try to run away. Get swallowed by a fish. I think, we've all had our fair share of fish swallowing us, trying to run away from our calling. I wanted to be a lawyer, a human rights lawyer, specifically.
You are big on that front, though, still, though.
And, you know, when I missed the first opportunity to go back to school, or to do school at the right time, I'm always grateful that God still put me in a space where I can still influence and contribute, and maybe not be sitting behind the bar per se, but actually holding a microphone, advocating for those same human rights things, just not wearing, you know, this given. But yeah, I haven't stopped because it's me, it's who I am, and this is Pauline.
Yeah.
Any other Pauline you see, of course, I do clothing design. Like I've got a new song with Simon Mara. Where I co-designed the dress with wings.
Wow.
Very excited about that. But we're also going to launch that label. I've I've started a studio as well to empower mostly the girl child and young artists. And I'm releasing music. I cannot imagine doing anything else.
Anything else? So with everything that you've just told me, I mean, this is like a full bag that you are carrying right here. I understand you are a mum as well. How are you balancing your time with your child's work? And, you know, is there a balance? Are you doing well in that area of your life?
Well, my children are very plump with matama.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said child. How many children?
I've got 2 daughters.
You've got 2 daughters.
Very plump and healthy. They're doing well at school. They have a healthy social life. Not too much, not too little. We're mentoring them as well. They're artists in their own right.
Yeah.
I think the way life goes is you're learning every day, you know, a step at a time. I've made some mistakes as a parent. Like there's a time when my career takes me away.
Yeah.
I've missed birthdays and things like that because I put my career first. And I've tried to raise my children in a way that they understand kuti kubasa kwa mama. And
do they understand though?
They definitely do, and they really support me. I go to a lot of my events with them, and they'll even help out. Like my eldest daughter is now working in my social media because I suck at it. And I was like, you teenager, come here, you guys do this all day.
That's probably the best decision.
Yeah, and then she's also making links for herself and finding herself. But I've tried to make them understand how important it is for me to be this person.
Okay.
Not just for me, for them.
For them as well.
For where I come from, for our family name.
Yeah.
You know, I went through like that low part in my life with my divorce and all sorts of things. And I used to see my name in all the wrong contexts. And I vowed, could I want to put my name in
the right place now. Yeah.
Because my children should be proud and say, Pauline, it should be a plus.
Yeah.
I should. Those are the keys that are supposed to open the door. So I think they support me knowing kuti one day teacher mama.
No, that's very, very good. Now, tell us a bit more about your journey. You know, you're saying you want your children to really see in the right light. Your journey as a gender activist. Tell us more about that. How did you get to that place? And was it personal reasons you got into it? Or was this something that you had a love for? Tell us more.
I think it goes back to calling and sometimes we go through these very dark patches in life and we wonder, why, Lord, why? And there's usually a because. Maybe after we ask the question, we don't wait for the answer. Some of these things, it's the few for the many. Sometimes we're sacrificed by destiny because your story of how you get up is going to get many people up. And I started to notice that people would approach me after I'd kind of spoken out about things that I'd been through.
That you went through, yeah.
And people would come to me, sometimes, and be like, we've got a situation like that, can you intervene? I'm like, I'm still trying to figure myself out.
Yeah.
But then I realized, that one to experience, that one or 2 phone numbers from Musa Sanda, God, did you put me here for a purpose? So now even like when hardships come in life, I take them and I'm like, bring it on.
There's got to be something.
Because there's a because.
Yeah.
And there's so many things I would want to unlive.
Yeah.
Self-imposed, externally imposed on me. But I've found it's the foundation of why I do what I do and who I am and stuff like that. So I think it's just part of my calling. And I'm grateful because people are committing suicides, hey? And then I think I could have been a statistic, but I had such a strong support system. I used to work Nana, UN Women, they gave me so much confidence.
Yeah.
People like an Amsasa project, they were fighting for me.
Yeah.
United Women in Music. And these strong people, I couldn't have really, I don't think I would be here.
Without them.
They became more of like my family because even families in Mengwa, they don't get it.
Yes.
So these organizations made me the person who's going to tell a story, ichachinja destiny among. So I just take it in my stride and I just hope whenever we're talking about it, like we've just come out of 16 days of activism, maybe people are tired of hearing it every year, but when
we have to do it, exactly.
If we don't,
we don't talk about it until
9 years
exactly.
olds.
Yeah.
we're going to have to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
And
So even as a woman, talking about all this abuse that, you know, you are representing these women, for yourself on this entertainment front, I know you're on your own now, you know, how have you faced any challenges in trying to maybe get a gig or trying to, you know, what are the challenges that you have faced in that area?
there's been many. I think, you know, that objectify
Yes.
you know, sometimes I want to wear certain things on stage. I feel like, Popo,
Don't do that.
don't
Yes.
because you're not always in an environment where people appreciate artistic
This is
expression.
creativity, yes. Wow.
So you just have to kind of, I think, set your own boundaries. Yeah, boundaries. Yeah, someone can pass a compliment, smile and say thank
Yeah.
you. Remove yourself.
Yeah,
and
from
maybe
that
lodge a
situation.
complaint.
Yeah.
You're not getting pushed into situations that you don't want to be. And I think as a woman, like at our studio, we're trying to have a situation where we've got a chaperone for like
Ladies.
and the younger artists, somebody who's accountable.
Yeah.
Where
Yes,
were
in the
you?
studio,
How
exactly.
are these people even
I think
talking
that's
like
fantastic,
this?
yeah.
Know your place. Artists can you go. Producer can you go.
Yeah.
And we're trying to build that safe space because unfortunately for female artists, it's part of our territory.
Yeah.
And you either have to kind of, you know...
Bully and say, no, stop that.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
but
you just be run over.
We're
yeah.
trying to be soft-spoken and respectful. But in Inango, I've come to a point where within my boundaries, just try kungo purira chete and we'll have a problem. And I think for female artists, let's change our attitudes. Yes, it's nice to compliment on our looks. It's nice to be appreciated on our looks, but let's not
fall for it and just you know get into a trap because you know what
it never really
some
ends
people
well.
want. Exactly. Well, I've heard you saying that you are working on exciting things. I mean, you've collaborated with some people, and you know you have your mbira there for us. You know what are you working on for us?
Okay, this week we're releasing a video called Ndakakumirira. I've been working on this song for a number of years. I recorded it in South Africa a few years ago. Then COVID hit and I couldn't finish. Then we shot part of the video, and then like about but it's finally here.
Wow.
And it's my favorite song by myself. It's like one of the first songs I did solo. And I was in my element.
Yeah.
You know, I went through a dancehall phase. I've got the urban grooves in me that won't go away.
Yeah.
But like with Mbira, I connected, and it's like one of my favorite songs that I've done with Mbira. And then we've also released a gospel song called Manuere. It's so wonderful for me because I started singing in the church. So a lot of my family are like, finally,
you're doing
you know.
Wow.
And it was so fulfilling because the song talks about, you know, just kind of reaching out to God. God, I can't deal with this.
Yeah, and I can't do it alone.
Please come through. And like when I got depression and stress.
It's something,
My parents, but we just have to remember, He's there.
And we appreciate that. And that is absolutely fantastic. Now, this is the EP that's called Superwoman, Aditi.
Superwoman is coming out next year. It's a real journey, that one.
Yeah. But you know what? I actually want people to just hear a little bit, 20 seconds of your song.
Of which song? Superwoman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't do it on Peter, though.
Oh, okay.
I'll give you a vocal piece. Vaiti apando pasina jichabuda vachikupimane zvavaiona nekunze havazive simbariri mauri magetsi. You're a warrior queen, a fighting machine.
Wow.
Pajino wamono simuka, hapana chawonochka, ajina masa kwa unova, kumsara unoyandasaka, famba iwe famba.
That's fantastic. Did you guys hear that? Famba iwe. And just, you know, I love your concept. I love everything you're doing. You have purpose in your music, and you are helping a lot of women and also men who are listening to your strong music. Well, that's all we've had this morning on Morning Rush. Pauline, thank you so much for joining us. You're powerful, and we appreciate you. Morning Rush, we'll see you tomorrow morning, bright and early.